Good morning, class 7. Today we will start chapter 3, Air. First, you will be writing the new terms in your notebook. Ascent, to rise. Altitude, that is height. Ions, atom. Terrestrial, related to land. Fossil fuel, fuel made of fossils like coal and petroleum. Coolant, that is a cooling agent. Welding, to join iron pieces. Particulate matter, pollutant matter. Fire extinguisher, device to put off fire. Air is a mixture of gases around any celestial body. The gravitational pull of that celestial body prevents the gases or air to escape. Our Earth has gravitational pull, therefore the air remains attached to it. So you must have understood why we have air around us. That is because of the gravitational pull of the Earth. Composition of air. Air is composed of many gases. Nitrogen and oxygen are the major gases. That makes the 99% of air. Other important gases are carbon dioxide, ozone, helium, argon, methane, etc. Another constituent of air is the water vapor that are absorbed by air through a process called evaporation. Their role is very important in making air a resource for man. Dust particles are also constituent of air. They help in bringing rainfall because when water vapor becomes heavy after cooling, they collect on dust particles. So you can see that like the water vapor which is there in the atmosphere, that is also very important for us, and the dust particles, they also bring because they bring the rainfall. So if it is asked that what is the use of the dust particles, so they help in bringing the rainfall. And how do they help that ways is like when water vapor it becomes heavy after cooling down, they collect on the water vapor they collect on the dust particles, so they cannot bear the weight, and then they help in the rainfall. In an industrial city, dust particles may increase up to 3 million particles per cubic centimeter. History of atmosphere. Atmosphere as it is today was not the same earlier. It took 4.5 billion years for today's atmosphere to evolve. You must have heard, somebody must have told you that initially the deserts were not there, it was greenery there, but then so gradually deserts came up. Earliest atmosphere consisted of volcanic gases that had no oxygen. Many chemical reactions took place. As atmosphere cooled, the volcanic water vapor condensed and filled the oceanic depressions. So earliest atmosphere it consisted of volcanic gases where no oxygen was not there. So many chemical reactions they took place, and then finally the atmosphere it cooled, the volcanic water vapor condensed and filled the oceanic, that the depressions which had been caused, which was filled by the volcanic water vapor. Marine organisms started growing in water that produced oxygen. So the marine organisms which started growing up in the water which was collected in the oceanic depression, there the marine organism they started growing up, and then they produced oxygen. Around 400 million years ago, enough oxygen had been released to atmosphere and land life started growing in the form of plants and animals. Role of atmosphere. Atmosphere plays a variety of roles that are useful to man in many ways. The roles of atmosphere change with the altitude. Role performed in the lower part of the atmosphere is not played in the upper part of the atmosphere. Role is actually played by the gases of the atmosphere. Different types of gases are present at different heights. Because of the gravitational pull of the earth, heavier gases collect at the bottom or near the earth's surface, while lighter gases remain at the higher altitudes. On the basis of concentration of gases or height, the atmosphere is divided into 4 major layers. So, the atmosphere it has very important role and it changes with the altitude. It is not same throughout. It changes with the altitude. Role performed by the lower part of the atmosphere, obviously the role will not be same which by the upper part of the atmosphere. They have different roles to play. And the gravitational pull of the earth, that causes the gases to collect at the bottom or the near the earth's surface, while lighter gas remain at higher altitude. So heavier will, obviously that will be remaining down, downwards, and lighter gas will be at higher altitudes. Now atmospheric layer. First one is troposphere. It is the lowermost layer of atmosphere. Its average height from the earth is 12 kilometers. Its upper limit is called the tropopause. The major role played by this layer is the decrease in temperature with increase in height. So its average height is from the earth is almost 12 kilometers, and the important role or the important part which is played by troposphere is that it decreases the temperature with increase in height. So as you move ahead, the temperature will decrease. The rate of decrease of temperature is 1 degree Celsius for every 165 meters of ascent. So you move 165 meters ahead, upwards, and 1 degree centigrade the temperature will lower down. All weather phenomena takes place in this layer. All water vapors and dust particles are limited to this layer only. Oxygen, being a heavy gas, is found in abundance. So you can see this is the role played by troposphere, that is the temperature and the weather phenomena that also takes place in this layer only. You can see the diagram of atmospheric layer, which you can draw in your notebooks on the plain side. Stratosphere. It is the second layer of atmosphere that extends up to 50 kilometers from Earth. Troposphere 12 kilometers, stratosphere 50 kilometers. In the lower parts of temperature does not change with change in altitudes. Because of this stratification, it is called stratosphere. In lower parts, the temperature does not change with the change in altitudes. And that's why it is known as, because of this stratification, it is known as stratosphere. In the upper parts, ozone gas is found. It plays a very significant role by absorbing the ultraviolet rays of sun. And you must have read it in, because of quarantine these days, the ozone layer, which had depleted in the past few years, had recovered itself, because movement of people was less during the quarantine, during this pandemic, so it has recovered. These rays, if reach Earth, can increase the temperature considerably. That may lead to major atmospheric changes. So the ultraviolet rays, if they reach the Earth, the temperature of the Earth will drastically increase. Many species may vanish. Temperature in ozone dominated part increases with increase in height. At the top, that is 50 kilometers, the temperature is same as on the surface of the Earth. So what happens here is that many species, if that ultraviolet rays reach the Earth, the temperature will increase, and because of that, many species will become extinct. So therefore it is there to control, the ozone layer which is there, it controls the or stops that ultraviolet rays to reach the Earth. Then we have mesosphere. That is the third layer. It extends from 50 kilometers to 640 kilometers. Here again, the temperature falls with increase in height. Ultraviolet radiation, X-rays and electrons ionize this layer. The ions reflect the radio waves of certain frequencies back to the Earth. So here the temperature again falls with increase in height. That is because in stratosphere you have seen that the temperature at lower altitude they do not fall, but here it again falls, and the ultraviolet radiation, X-rays and electrons, they are all present here. So what happens is they ionize this layer, and that because of that, the radio waves of certain frequencies, they are reflected back to Earth. Exosphere. This is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere that extends up to 9,600 kilometers. Only rarefied air exists here, and the temperature reaches several thousand degrees Celsius. It consists of hydrogen and helium gases. So if you have if you have taken that here balloon of hydrogen, and you don't hold the thread very properly, it will fly away and it will go to this layer only. So this is the uppermost layer, that is and it extends up to 9,600 kilometers. And rare gases or air exist here, and temperature reaches several thousand degrees Celsius. So obviously it is here the gases which you can find is hydrogen and helium. Atmosphere and temperature. Temperature is a term used to determine the hotness and coldness of any object. Temperature of a place refers to the hotness of air of that area. Air is heated by many ways. The ultimate source of heat for Earth is the sun. Air is also heated by the sun, but indirectly. First, the rays of sun reach the surface of Earth in the form of short wave radiation and heat it. Then Earth radiates back this heat in the form of long wave radiation, which heats up the air. This is the major source of heat for air besides several other sources. So when the sun rays reach the earth, it first the sun rays reach the surface of the earth, and obviously what happens is it will heats the earth. Then earth radiates back this heat in form of long wave radiation. The heat which reaches from sun is from short wave, and the earth which radiates back is in form of long wave, which heats up the air, obviously because air is in between, so it heats up the air, and this is a major source of heat for air besides. So major source for air to heat up is this one only, but then there are other sources as well. On Fahrenheit scale, the freezing temperature of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit and boiling temperature is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. On Celsius scale, the freezing temperature of water is 0 degrees Celsius and boiling temperature of water is 100 degrees Celsius. With this